If you've been on a ketogenic diet for a very long time, or if you are scared of carbohydrates, which a lot of people are today because they don't know, there's too much information out there to actually know what's right or wrong. I want to leave you this message and hopefully give you some clarity on carbohydrates and their role in your body. So carbohydrates is a macronutrient which breaks down into glucose, which is a sugar molecule, and that is the preferred fuel for your brain and for your body. If you are quite overweight and you are quite sedentary, the need for carbohydrates is going to be less because you're not using the source of fuel for what it's meant to be. However, once you start a regime and you're training and you're seeing weight loss, you have all the opportunities to put carbohydrates back into your diet, because what carbohydrates does is actually allowing you to be a better performer in the gym and in any activity that you actually do. So when it comes to carbohydrates, a really good place to start putting it back into your diet is actually post-workout. And I will tell you why. Normally, when you eat carbohydrates, you have a hormone called insulin that's being secreted. And that is your pancreas that detects when you're eating carbohydrates, and then it will secrete insulin. Insulin will then help the glucose pull into the cell. And we all know that people with diabetes have a really hard time to manage their blood sugar, and they tend to have issues with their pancreas. So if you're overweight and you are slightly insulin resistant, which can come from being in a caloric surplus and eating a lot of carbohydrates at the same time, you're just taxing your pancreas so much that you're actually secreting a lot more insulin over time, and these receptor sites on your cells become less sensitive, and that's why it's called insulin resistance. However, if you are starting to train, you're able to tap in another mechanism that allows you to pull glycogen into the cells without the need of insulin, and that is called GLUT4, or glucose transport chain 4. And what that is when you are exercising and contracting your muscles, you are opening up these GLUT4 cells or receptor sites, and they are able to bring in the glucose into the cell without the insulin. So whenever you are in doubt to where to start putting carbohydrates back into your diet, that's where I would start, because it will require less insulin, which, if that is a problem that you have by being overweight, we want to reduce the carbohydrates overall because you're not able to tolerate them very well. However, as I just said, after training, then you have this other mechanism that allows you to replenish those glycogen stores without the need of insulin, and that is carb timing. And the leaner you get, the more carbohydrates your body is going to tolerate, because your sensitivity to insulin is going to improve.